good morning or afternoon, depending on what time you are listening to this podcast, and welcome to yet another episode of Do Geese Have Udders, the show where we ask the unanswered and answer the unasked, looking at news and online stuff too. I'm Michael Gooch, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Matthew Thompson. You right, Matt?
It's very windy.
Good. Then let's start the show. Oh, Matt, it's good to be back in our shed.
I agree.
We should say thanks again to Will and Darius for their last two episodes. Never have I said this, Matt, but I think editing episodes with Will and Darius is so much more stressful than editing episodes with you.
Not editing, you mean recording?
Well, I a bit of both. So you know how I say in the past of how when we record stuff, what people don't realise is that there's actually an awful lot of audio editing goes on. Like snipping little bits out. Sometimes it might just be like a cough or something, or making a sentence flow a bit more. But oh my god, like those two sifting through like an hour and a half's worth of stuff, they just ramble so much. I don't think we're the king of rambles anymore. But like you said, recording wise as well. Did you have a nice time on top of the cupboard shelf thing?
It's gone now. You are sitting
we're sitting in the middle of the shed. That's never happened before.
This is actually starting to look like a messy studio. like we've just moved in.
Yeah, back in the old days.
Yeah.
But still, so Matt, Halloween has gone, and I know that's your favourite time of year.
Love Halloween.
So do you want to share a little bit about how your Halloween was? Because I'm sure you've got some things to say.
Went on a Halloween holiday. That's fun.
Gosh, more holidays.
With the girlfriend's family.
So many holidays.
For a banging party. Finally got to use my shot roulette. Finally.
Shot roulette. Oh, the little spinny disc thing, is it?
Yeah. Refilled it after every shot. I got wrecked, threw up twice. Good night. Don't remember getting to bed, but was very scared when I woke up in my bed. Anyway, not my home bed. We stayed in a holiday house anyway. Then I had a lovely Halloween party with our little cub group. Mm-hmm. I'll say little. There's about 50 cubs all running around.
But they are little, so in a way.
So it works, yeah. And I built a lovely stage of lighting and music and bass, and it went really well. They all enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love to hear. I mean, standing right next to you, I mean, some people, I'm assuming it's going to end up on the Twitter as there's a lot of our behind-the-scenes pictures. I don't know what to describe it. It's like, it's a 6 foot tall mannequin, is it? But like he bounces or something.
His eyes move and he breathes, but the plug broke in transport, so right now he's just an animatronic that can't move.
Currently, the only way I can describe it, I can't see the face, but I'm just like, it's
do you want to take the mask off?
6 foot tall mannequinish man. But Matt made it so like he sprung up a minute ago.
Yeah. So
he's dressed like a Victorian child napper, like he's in a top hat and a cloak. Oh god, he's taken, and it had like one of the gold anonymous masks on, and only now the Guy Fawkes. Well, yeah, not much Guy Fawkes. And only now I've seen the face. That's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, so
it's
his
staring
eyes,
at me.
yeah,
I really don't like it.
So his eyes move as well.
Oh god, why do you have this?
I got given it.
By who?
The old person in charge of the shed.
Why was he trying to get rid of it? He's putting the mask back on.
Because his wife died.
Okay. I don't know where to go from it. I rate the top hat though. I didn't notice the hair was attached to the top hat.
Yeah, it comes with it.
Yeah.
I look completely
Where
different.
is this thing? This thing is not living in this shed.
No.
I know that we don't necessarily own this shed, but this thing ain't staying here.
I also did another Halloween party for the youth club, which went really well. Bobbing for apples, all that.
Oh, so nice Halloween stuff, not creepy jumping mannequin.
No.
Scary face.
That's this
thing.
Friday jumping.
Oh god.
Got a Halloween maze, which you are
a part of.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't know anything about it, but I'll be there.
No, I'm gonna. That's why I want the flip chart.
As long as I'm nowhere near this thing, I'm fine. As long as I'm near the apple bobbing section, I'm gonna be great.
I do need to get that to work because it's quite cool when it moves.
So what does it actually do then? Again, I know our listeners can't actually see it, but
so this hand here, the one that's pointing up, you can put a tray on it, which is custom made for its hand. So you normally serve drinks or candy on it.
So you're standing like in a butlerish type of position.
It's a butler. That's what it is.
Yeah, but the other hand's got a clenched fist. That's like take this entree or you die type
and
of thing.
He goes like welcome and greetings and he breathes at you. And his chest goes up and down.
Why does it exist?
I couldn't get my hands on the Santa animatronic. I only got the Halloween butler.
Oh, that's a shame that you're going to be growing your collection. Oh, what's it doing?
I made him shorter.
It doesn't help that the lighting in the shed. Obviously, we turn the lights down a lot. Oh, I hate it. I hate it more that I know the eyes are staring in my direction. It's really creepy.
The best place in Canary Wharf, which I would recommend 100% visiting, is Amazon Fresh.
Is this the Amazon store that like has no checkouts or whatever?
Yes.
Ah, it's well, you've been in it then.
Yeah. Multiple times. I've been testing it. I can tell you some details I've learned from it.
When you say you've been testing it, do you just mean you've been going in it going, I wonder if I can get away with
Yeah,
nicking
basically.
it? Right, okay, yeah.
So I went in there with my workmate, and we were like, I wonder what happens if we take something and pass it to someone else. So I took.
I'll
explain.
Walk through actually what happens when you like actually arrive. So you're looking at the shop.
So you look at this,
I've never been there before.
You look at this massive green sign that says Amazon Fresh.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, what is
clue.
this? So you open your eyes outside the store and you realise there's a sign telling you how to get in. Step 1, there's 3 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Step 1, get your phone. Download the Prime app. So I already had it. But
as you say, you picked up your phone like you were about to download.
yeah,
the
so
Prime app.
it gets me in the mood. So you download it and then it goes, okay, go on to the Amazon Prime. Click on the basket. And then you see at the top, it says Amazon Fresh. Click on that and then you scan your code to get in. On a side note, I did see some foreigners take a picture of the actual scanner note on the actual step thing and tried to use that to get in. I do not know if it did work, but I literally was walking past and I waited to see if it would work.
Well, to be fair, I mean, at work where we have like the smart shop and stuff like that, you get so many QR codes that all do so many different things, and you do get loads of people who innocently are trying to, take a picture of one or do something with one, and it's not the right one because there are far too many to choose from. So I can believe them that they're just trying to find what to do because there's just too many codes everywhere.
It looks like that, so that's the code to get in.
Oh, of course, like QR code, but sort of like it's on its corner, so it's like in a diamondy shape.
Yeah, it's a unique code.
Mm.
And yeah, so you scan this thing on the thing, and the thing opens.
Yep.
And then you can walk in.
So you can't even get in until you've scanned this.
No, well you can jump it, and then it closes behind you.
But it's a bit obvious though if you jump it.
Security guards all around. Well, not all around. And if you look around, it's an open void space up above.
Yep.
Like open plan ceiling.
So a bit like the Apple Store, where it's like quite high up and empty above.
Not empty, no. I was about to say it has loads of like metal going along with loads of different cameras and scanners.
Ah, right.
So I think it works where each shelf has like a scanner, so you pick it up and it scans what comes out, and then the cameras up above see what you've grabbed and it works it out.
And it makes sure it's following where you are.
Yeah. Oh, this is a red item that looks like a Kit Kat. It must be a Kit Kat. And then I think it scans it as you go around the shop trying to work out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so so testing it, I grabbed a Kit Kat and I handed it to my mate I was with, and he had it all the way round. And then we left, and then you get charged like the next day. And I still got charged for the Kit Kat. So you can't take something and hand it to you, but you could be extremely cheeky and pretend you have no legs. And be like, oh, excuse me, can you grab me?
Could you pick this off the shelf and then they will charge them for it?
Really expensive thing from up top. Yeah, there you go, thank you. And then they will get charged for it because they grabbed it.
Now that is interesting. I'm gonna have to.
It must be face recognition.
Have a look when I go to Canary Wharf.
And
how are you planning on pretending to not have any legs?
Wheelchair. Next question.
Where are you hiding the legs?
Under a blanket. Next question. But yeah, and then we tried it again with a water bottle, where he grabbed a meal deal, I grabbed a meal deal, but he handed me the water, I think, or I handed him it, and I got charged with the water anyway, so he didn't get a meal deal, but I did. £5 meal deal, very nice. I would recommend.
Worth £5 because that's on the higher end of the.
No, it's on the higher end. Yeah, I had a pulled pork wrap, which was about this big.
Mm-hmm.
Very big.
That's quite
size of a water
decent
bottle, I'd
size,
say.
yeah.
And yeah, it was very tasty. But there's 2 items I'd 100% recommend for anyone to get, whoever goes Amazon Fresh.
And what are they?
One of them is the chocolate muffin with a gooey centre. Oh, I would 100% recommend that. I get it every time. I'm going to be so fat after this job because they're so nice. I would always recommend that, 100%.
Cool. Are they warm or are they?
You can get them warm when they come out fresh. But of course, they've been sitting there, and I believe they cook fresh. But I thought Sainsbury's cooked fresh, and Michael has a tale about that. But moving on.
A lot of them are fresh.
Yeah, of course they are. But the other thing, which I doubt you can guess what it is in the hot section. They have a hot section.
What, something that you can get?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go straight in with something I know that we would buy, or I know that you would buy when you go to somewhere and you see that they've got hot stuff, because this is what we did when we went to the Isle of Wight. A full roast chicken.
No. That was also a good highlight of the Isle of Wight. That chicken was
£2.75 for a whole warm roast chicken each.
It was reduced. We didn't just find a £2
find the
whole
cheap chicken. It was just, we saw it, had no intention of buying it, saw the price, and we're like, well, it's got to come with us now.
Yeah, we found it. It was delicious.
But anyway, back to what was this warm thing then that you
It is
found?
An all-day veggie breakfast wrap. Not breakfast, wrap.
But you had it for breakfast.
All-day veggie wrap.
And what was in it then?
Marshmallows.
Marshmallows, gummy bears.
Mushrooms, guacamole.
Sounds vegetarian.
Peppers. I'm going to say potato. I didn't take it apart in exam. I will now, but I didn't take it apart. But I've had that probably 5 times, and whenever it's there, I grab it for breakfast because it is so full of taste. It is so nice that it's one of I'd get that instead of the muffin.
Oh, that no, I'm a sugary guy, so I like the muffin over this wrap.
Well, you haven't tried the wrap, mate. You haven't tried
this muffin either, but I'm already drawn into the muffin.
Oh, muffin! It has a hole in it where they've injected it with like melted chocolate, and you can see it. They pour it out, it like squirts melted chocolate. It's like melted.
It's like how they do it with donuts and stuff.
But it's like
the jelly.
icy chocolate. It's
some of them are in like Krispy Kreme donuts as well. So, do you think that this is the future of shopping, or do you think this is a bit of a novelty?
Well, in Farrington, I actually seen a Sainsbury's store do what Amazon Fresh has done.
Now, I'm aware of this.
Yeah,
I'm aware that there's a Sainsbury's somewhere that is working on not getting rid of staff, but getting rid of the checkouts as a whole, because they want to try this new.
And I've seen the store. I haven't been in it because you have to download a Sainsbury's. I'm not downloading a Sainsbury's app. What are they? Tesco's.
Already got my Amazon app. Yeah,
I've got my Tesco's app. Thank you very much.
And in a world where we're constantly seeing these articles and people saying that they want to, not go to any of these shops now because there's loads of self scans now everywhere. Yeah. I've worked with self scan machines. I have unintentionally got to the stage where I can tell you what every single noise it makes means and how to fix one and take it apart. And I mean, it is a good skill to have of repairing things, but I see that that's a step away from a future where we're not needed as staff, but where it literally is a case of this amateur shop. It's steel proof, pretty much from the sounds of it. The only way you can do it is, according to you, if you pretend to not have legs and ask for something on the high shelf.
Yeah, but I feel if you do it for over and over, they'll clock, and then they'll just ban your account.
Yeah, but
ban your card.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, so
you'll be screwed.
I mean, that's the only way that I can think of shops in general preventing thefts, is there is some sort of thing at the door. You don't even let
there is a security guard at the door. Don't get me wrong. I bet it's face recognition. When you walk in, it scans your face.
Potentially.
And that's why if you pick something up and pass it to someone, it can't register. It registers you pulling something out, but it can't register you passing it to someone because there's no scanner or anything.
Well, yeah, it'll be some form of AI. Because originally I would have thought it would be something like it knows you're in close proximity to the item. But then again, if you're right next to someone, how does it know it's not that person that's picking up the item? So clearly this is where the cameras are using an AI to work out, well, that's your arm that's gone and picked it up, it's gone in your basket or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it's a closer future to shops than I think making the self-scans more widely accessible than the checkouts, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Where they're trying to get people off the checkouts because they want people to use the self-scans.
Well, I always use self-scans.
Well, yeah, they're quick for like small things, but if you've got a massive trolley, I tell you, it's so much quicker. Even on my end, I can look at that and go, that'd be so much quicker on a till.
Well, that's why you go to Tesco's. They have self-scanner in big Tesco's.
Yeah.
Shopping cart self-scanners.
Yeah, they have them in my shop as well. But God, that was horrific. But yeah, I can see them taking so much longer. But I can see a future where there is some form of stopping customers at the door or not letting them in until they've scanned something, because it just seems to be steel-proof. I was at work a couple of days ago, and I was meant to finish at about 10 o'clock at night. I finished at 10 to 11 because we had a last-minute thief come in, and he comes in, and you know he's dodgy from the second he walks in.
Because they eye you up, don't they?
Well,
and then they touch their nose.
A little bit like that. Well, then they do the one thing where you immediately know they're...
What, they grab food
and
run?
Yeah, because we see them steal it. Because they go to a self-checkout and suddenly, their card's not working. Oh, that's a shame. And like, they put on this act and you just want to say, just leave, just go, like, stop it, whatever. But then security guy, who's been watching for a while, he stops him as he's, about to go out the door. And he's like, no, open your coat. He's like, I've not got anything. And he holds up this badge and he goes, I'm a police officer. And he's like, no. Open your coat.
Yeah.
Opens his coat or whatever. Back and forth. This takes like 5 minutes. Underneath his armpit, and so underneath his coat, underneath the jacket, under his armpit, in a bag, he's got a bottle of wine and a bottle of champagne. And he's like, they're mine. And he's like, no.
Weird.
No, they're not. That's not a weird plate. You would not put that there. And he's like, look, I'm not going to nick. I'm a police officer. And so in the end, like, we have to get someone to go and check CCTV.
Oh, the thief said he was a police officer.
Yeah, so
you didn't specify.
He's got a badge on it, or around his neck.
Yeah, I thought you said the security guard said that.
I've seen police badges before. Not in a way that I've been arrested, but I've seen police badges before.
Yeah, we have friends who are.
And this looked like the most Fisher-Price plastic police badge. He did not show me inside it.
Yeah, where's your warrant card?
Because it didn't look like the ones I've seen of where the badge is actually next to the ID of the officer. It was like this weird other red badge that's just, weird. He did not want to show me inside. When we called the police and they were like, well, they'll be here in an hour. I'm like, oh, jeez, got to wait like an hour now for them to show up. And this guy still isn't budging. We've seen on the CCTV, he has nicked the stuff.
Yeah, it's also an impersonator police officer, which is the bigger crime.
That's the one I was like, you need to tell them that he's an impersonator police officer, or that he's got a badge, even if it is a Fisher-Price one.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, look, mate, look, I'm an officer. Look, I'll get them in quicker, or whatever. I'll get the police in quicker. And his phone is on so loud, I could still hear what he's like saying and what they're saying in the end. He might not think we can, but I can. Yeah. He's like, no, look, they've stopped me here. They've stopped me from like, they claim I'm nicking stuff, but they're now withholding my items against me. They're my things that I've not tried nicking or whatever. But their names. Like, he mumbled his name like so many times, and I can hear the girl on the other end going, sorry, can you say that again for me?
I'm Sergeant.
I'm Sergeant. And in the end, I can also hear them go, look, the car will still be there in an hour or whatever. We've just had a report of that. And of course they have, because that's the one that we've called against him. In the end, I think after like half an hour, just security just chuck him out because he's just lingering around, and I can't finish any of my work that involves getting the money out whilst he's in the building. And that just amazed me, of just the things some thieves will do. I've got some other incredible thieving stories, but that one's it's just the most annoying of how long he carried it on.
Yeah, how would you not get caught stealing? Ask him for a friend.
I'll tell you when we stop rolling.
What's that?
I don't know, what was that noise? Matt, what have you done? Matt, I don't like it. It's just spooky guy that's like staring with us.
I mean, that chain's moving pretty
don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to give that follow or subscribe button a click so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And why not check out our Twitter and Discord too, where we post updates, behind the scenes stuff, and just general other news about the show. Links in the description below. Got any topics or questions you think need a proper answer or have yet to even be asked? Drop it in the comments below or send us a tweet. Until next time.